Interfere with public duties. I don't think I've ever heard of that one, but we'll see. All right. Once we get live, I'll call it and I'll swear the interpreter in. Keep going. All right, we're live. Court calls State of Texas versus Veronica Ponce Gallego. This is cause number 2025 CC 001915. We have an interpreter with us. Ma'am, can you raise your right hand for it? Can you give us your name, please? Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully translate from Spanish into English and English into Spanish to the best of your abilities, so help you God? Thank you. Put your hand down. Again, this is a plea. We're conducting the hearing using the Zoom application. We're also using YouTube to live stream the proceedings to keep them open to the public. My name is Judge Jefferson Moore. I am sitting by assignment in County Court of Law number 9 for Bexar County, Texas, specifically in the jail court. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Austin Alward for the state.
Thomas Hiller, defendant.
Ma'am, are you the same Veronica Ponce Gallegos charged by information with the offense of interfering with public duties? Is that you, ma'am? I'm going to use a function of Zoom called Share Screen. I'm going to show you some documents. The first one is called the Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. I'm using my cursor to circle around an electronic signature. Is this your electronic signature? By signing this, you're telling me two things. One, you understand that normally we do pleas live in an open court, that you're consenting to do this plea by video conference. Did you understand that when you sign this? Secondly, your electronic signature here, as well as all of the other electronic signatures in the plea packet in front of me, you're telling me that those are valid as if they were personally signed. Did you understand that before you sign this? I approve the consent. I make it a part of the record. Ma'am, I'm scrolling to another document. It's 2 pages long. It's called the Court's Admonishments. And are you familiar with this document? Did you go over this with your attorney? Did you understand it? On page 2, there's electronic signature. Is this yours? Going to get out of share screen. By signing the court's admonishments, you are telling me that you understand the court's admonishments and that you understand the rights that are contained within it. Is that true?
Yeah.
And that you're going to give up those rights. Is that true? The rights you're going to give up is you have the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that before you signed this? By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range for the offense, which is anywhere up to a $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand that before you signed this? And I should say that this document is in English as well as the other document is in English as well. I do have a Spanish one. It's not checked off and under the ways that the Adobe Sign document works. I don't have the ability to check it for you, but there was a Spanish one. I guess let me just show it to you so we can show that it was also in Spanish. On your screen, you should see the court's admonishments. It's a 2-page document. It is in Spanish. And then there's a signature on page 2. Is this yours? Okay. On this one, I'll just note that the Class B misdemeanor punishment was not checked, but I don't have the ability to do it. But I'm going to use the English one for purposes of the record. But anyway, I approve the waivers contained within the court's admonishments, and I make them a part of the record. And then state, can you relate to me the agreement that you have?
Yes, Your Honor. The agreement is a $0 fine. Court costs 16 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask that the judgment be satisfied.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And ma'am, is that your understanding of the agreement as well?
Sí.
Ma'am, I'm not bound by the plea bargain. I don't have to follow it. Do you understand that?
Sí.
But if I do follow the plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Sí.
That's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions were filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Sí, sí entiendo.
Counsel, any such rulings in this case?
None, Your Honor.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, I will allow you to withdraw the plea and will proceed to trial as if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
No.
I have some questions for your attorney. I want you to listen to his answers. Then I'll have a few questions for you as well. Counsel, did you advise the defendant of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty in the application of federal immigration law?
Up to including deportation. She had enough
You
time.
need one,
She,
you probably talk to
yes.
a snowman.
All right, was that a yes? I couldn't hear. There's some background.
yes.
Did that advice include possible
Just a
consequences such
question.
as
Do y'all have
you mentioned
Andrew Hernandez
deportation?
here?
Yes.
The attorney says he's supposed to be in county court 12.
All right, let's try again.
Y'all know if y'all have an Andrew Hernandez here?
I didn't pick
Background
up an
jail.
ambulance.
Oh, you know, okay, good. If you didn't get, okay, thank you.
All right, we'll try this again. Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe your client understands the immigration consequences of a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe that she's entering this plea intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, did you hear the answers your attorney just gave me?
Sí.
Do you affirm your attorney advised you of the immigration consequences of a plea?
Sí.
Did you understand that advice?
Sí.
Are you entering this plea intelligently, knowingly, and voluntarily? Is this because your plea is going to be the truth? And do you make the plea because the plea bargain is both fair and acceptable to you?
Sí.
And do you understand that deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization under federal law is a possible consequence of this plea?
Sí.
Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual, rational understanding of the charge pending against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's been able to assist you in the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, to the offenses listed on your information, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
She
Can I get
pleads
an
guilty,
answer?
Your Honor. She pleads guilty, Your Honor. Culpable.
I need to hear her say that.
Culpable.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Sí.
Is there any other purpose as to why you're pleading guilty?
No. Oh.
I find that the plea is freely, intelligently, voluntarily made, that you're mentally competent to enter into such a plea, and I find you guilty. Counsel, do we waive the pre-sentence investigation report?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced? today?
your turn,
No, Your Honor.
You already saw your turn?
Being no
You
legal
resign?
reason,
Bye.
warrants the agreement with the state, sends you to 16 days in the Bear County Jail. Credit for time served. There's a $0 fine and court costs. Time and the money will run concurrent, and this is judgment satisfied. Ma'am, this is a plea bargain case, and I followed the plea bargain. So you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm making a certification of this for the record. We'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you or the attorneys. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor. May I please be excused?
State anything?
Nothing from the state.
All right. The matter is concluded. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
Gracias.
Return to Bob.